Hey, let's jump right into it, man. People accused of us of being illiterate, being retarded, and a bunch of other wild stuff because we predicted this would happen. The lawsuit accusing Jay-Z and Diddy of one of the most heinous crimes out there has just been dropped. And the statements are not holding back. They are not holding back, people. Fair use.
Just in tonight, Houston attorney Tony Buzbee has dropped a lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z tied to an alleged of a 13-year-old girl that allegedly happened at the MTV Music Awards back in 2000. It's one of several suits against Diddy Buzbee has filed in recent months, but the only one that also targeted the Rock Nation mogul and husband of Beyonce. In a statement released just minutes ago, here's what Jay-Z said, in part, quote, "The civil suit was without merit and never going anywhere. The fictional tale they created was laughable if not for the seriousness of the claims. I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, and loved ones and I have endured can never be dismissed." We reached out to Buzbee's team. So far, we've not heard back.
Don't think we'll ever hear. Why did Jane Doe pull back? Why are Jay-Z and Diddy calling this case a money grab? Stay locked in because we're going to break everything down right now. Let's get into it. RJ.
Yeah, KR. Hey, people are so emotional because when we talked about this topic, we didn't just say it didn't happen, it never happened, right? First and foremost, we were not there. All we were saying was that it was a bit fishy. It smelled fishy. Because of all the people who have certain level of credibility, we're saying different things that led to the conclusion that the story wasn't true, or at least
not solid.
It didn't line up with a lot of things, right? So, for example, they were talking about, that was Gene Deal, who said it's weird that they're talking about a limousine that picked them up, because at that time everyone was driving Blazers. The father of Jane Doe said, "I can't recall ever dropping her off in New York at that age where she's saying that I did." So and when they interviewed her, remember they interviewed her and the sound, it wasn't clear. At least, no, not that the sound wasn't clear, but they scrambled her voice so she wouldn't be able to be identified. The answers to the questions that the journalists gave weren't really that good. Hey, but before we proceed, guys, thanks for being here. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please, that's a minimum that you can do to support us, to show us support. Please subscribe and hit the notification icon so YouTube shares the video with more people. But yeah, as I was saying, KR, we said it, and people got in decided to comment. This woman went wild with theories, saying that the story lined up, but it was 3 years before or 3 years afterward. We even gave her an honorable mention. That's why, guys, you should remain calm when you hear, at least rational when you hear these types of stories, right? Don't go believing everything you hear. Of course, there are real victims out there, but you need to analyze each story. KR, what can you tell us about the lawsuit getting dropped?
Let's start at the beginning. In December 2023, an anonymous woman, only known as Jane Doe, we still haven't heard her name, filed a lawsuit claiming that both Jay-Z and Diddy assaulted her in the MTV 2000 Video Music Award, the VMAs. She said the alleged incident left her dealing with depression, PTSD, and isolation from society. Now we are here, and now that lawsuit has been dropped. Jay-Z's lawyer Alex Spiro and Diddy's legal team have both come out swinging, calling this a false accusation and a money grab and a serious problem with the legal system. I'll share my screen real quick. RJ, maybe you can read what Jay-Z's team said. Zoom in a little bit.
Sure. Okay. And I quote, this is from the official IG page, KaiR. We're living in 2025. The official Instagram page of Rock
Of
Nation.
Rock Nation, where
Yeah,
they've
the
been
official.
clapping back.
Hey, it's the social media era, man, and I love it. But I quote, today is a victory. The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed. This civil lawsuit was without merit and never going anywhere. The fictional tale they created was laughable. If not for the seriousness of the claims, I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, loved ones, and I have endured, whew, remember that word, KaiR, can never be dismissed. This 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe. And when they quickly realize that the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussions. The system has failed. The court must protect victims, of course, while with the same ethical responsibility, the courts must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence. May the truth prevail for all victims and those falsely accused equally. End of quote, Sean Carter. And then in hyphen, but you can't see it because it's written in white, so it blends in the background, so you don't really see it. But it says apostrophe S lawyer, Sean Carter's lawyer. But okay.
Diddy's team also provided some statement to Double XL.
Before I go to Diddy's statement, let me just give a quick disclaimer. So Jay-Z was case is part of the whole Diddy saga. This was only one case.
Yeah.
That Diddy was one of Diddy's cases that included Jay.
Yeah. No, that's the only case that included Jay.
Yeah, the only one. So, but my point is this. When we heard that story specifically,
Wait a second. They're not gonna watch it, by the way. They're not gonna understand it. But continue. I know what you're going to say, but it's not gonna. This head of theirs is way too hard. Continue.
okay. What I'm about to say is the following. I know you're right, but still. What happened?
I know what you're gonna say.
The fact
but continue.
that this story was apparently false, or at least it lacked merit, does not mean it means that Jay-Z is free. It doesn't say anything about what's going to happen to Diddy. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to read a statement by Diddy's team. This is not a double thought statement. And I bet you,
by the
KaiR,
way,
with this
by the
disclaimer,
way,
people will still.
accusations are not one. If you're being accused of something, doesn't mean that you're guilty of it as well. I think that's one thing we've been talking about this whole Diddy situation is that, okay, it's clear that what he did to Cassie was horrible, but all these single lawsuits, you need to judge them by themselves. Every situation is different. You cannot pile everything up just because there is smoke, there is fire. Because guess what, RJ? You can make smoke without being a fire there, a real fire. Can
For
I
sure.
continue to the statement?
Yeah, I'll read it now.
Okay.
Diddy's team has also provided a statement to XXL, and I quote, "Today's complete dismissal without a settlement by the 1-800 attorney," oh, here you go again, "is yet another confirmation that these lawsuits are built on falsehoods, not facts." See what they do there, KaiR? No, I'm going to read it and then I'm going to
Yeah,
dissect it.
let's read
For
it first.
months, we have seen case after case filed by individuals hiding behind anonymity, pushed forward by an attorney more focused on media headlines than legal merit. Just like this claim, the others will fall apart because there is no truth to them. Sean Combs has never S8 or trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult nor a minors. No number of lawsuits, sensationalized allegations, or media theatrics will change that reality. We will continue to fight these baseless claims and hold those responsible. This is just the first of many that will not hold up in a court of law. End of quote. Now, let me just dissect one thing here. Just one thing. As it's see what they try to do here. Today's complete this. I'm gonna start it from the top.
From the top.
Yeah, right. Today's complete dismissal without a settlement by the 1-800 attorney is yet another confirmation that stop there. That there. Yes. Okay. Today's complete dismissal without a settlement by the 1-800 attorney is yet another confirmation. It's singular, right? It's one case. One of how many? Over 100. And now look what they're trying to. They're trying to be slick. Go to the next two words. These lawsuits are built on falsehoods, not facts. So, because this one isn't true, all the others aren't true. I don't know who's buying it, but
you have to get it out of the mud. It's not gonna be easy because you have to fight one by one.
Each and every single case.
Every single case, you have to go do this because one thing as well, you got to ask yourself. I do think this is a miscalculation by Tony Buzbee, where he took a case and maybe he didn't do the research right, or the people who's in his team didn't do the research right, and now you look crazy out here. It doesn't say anything about the other cases again, but it looks crazy on him because he's the one who's doing the other cases. In the court of public opinion, that's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about in the court itself. In the court of public opinion right now, let's say his stature has taken a hit.
Yeah.
Because every lawsuit now that's linked to Tony Buzbee, people out here will say, yo, isn't that the lawyer that had that crazy lawsuit against Jay-Z and had to, like, how many? After a month, he had to dismiss it himself? Because it started looking, I mean, RJ, that lawsuit looked crazy when she started doing the interviews.
Yeah. But I do think I'm going to take it with a grain of salt, what you said. Because this case, although this is a case this was a case that included both Jay and Diddy, Jay-Z was the more prominent name.
No, it was Diddy. He added Jay-Z after.
I know. But this wouldn't have gotten the attention it has gotten if it was just Diddy,
right.
because it would have been one of
the 100. That is true. That is true. That is true.
But because this one includes Jay, everyone knows this case for because of Jay, not because of Diddy. So I do think that it has a lot of benefits for Jay-Z. I don't think it will affect Tony Buzbee's position or what people's opinion of him is, because it's just one case. Now, but yeah, like you said, KR, and I'll just say this and then we can continue. There are over 100 cases. If there are over 100 cases and 90 cases are false, 10 are true. You just need a couple of them. And then you can always say, but it happened, but we just couldn't prove it as well. So
The question is, RJ,
and
when
if
can you countersue for frivolous lawsuits? Because if the first 80 are wildly lawsuits, maybe the last 20 could be true. But can you sue him or get him in front of the bar for filing 80 frivolous lawsuits and stop the other ones? I'm not sure, but
I'm not sure either. So I guess it should be possible. But so Jay says, what's the Jay's team said in their post something to the extent of, what happens when you, let me see. Oh, here, in the second paragraph, he says, they get to walk away with no repercussions the system has failed. The court must protect victims, of course, while with the same ethical responsibility, the courts must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence. I think that I can imagine that he might. I mean, there's probably things that you can do, because if it's a frivolous case, hey, then you can try to claim it, but you can't pluck feathers from a bald chicken, if I have to translate it literally.
they're gonna call us Haitians after this one.
Creoles.
We eat cats. We eat
They're
dogs.
eating the cat. Yeah, so you can pluck feathers from a bald chicken. So hey, it is what it is, man. You can. So there's no point really. It's not. I don't think that it's necessarily impossible to do it, because if you have damages, you should be able to claim it. But it's just if someone is starting frivolous cases against you to get a money grab, they probably don't have money in the first place. So yeah.
I think RJ, I don't know if you remember the lawsuit with which well, that's why all these lawsuits, you can take what we've learned from other lawsuits. Do you remember the Bauer lawsuit,
Yeah.
where he was frivolously sued by the lawyers, and then they went to the bar, or they at least told the lawyers that they were going to the bar, and then suddenly they got off those cases because they knew that they were lying. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
We-
Yeah.
Maybe they can do this. Maybe with I'm not sure. I mean, for this to be one of the cases, one of the first cases where they fold within a month, I think this is wild.
I think it's inevitable if you're trying. It's inevitable. That's what there's a difference, right? It's inevitable for a lawyer that it's inevitable for a lawyer that that will file a case on behalf of 100 plus victims will not win every single one. So you can call all of them frivolous. And as attorneys, you're representing the client, right? So your client doesn't always have like a strong legal position. The question is, should you initiate the court proceedings in the first place if you don't have like a strong legal position? Sometimes you do, because maybe you have a weak position, but you can still claim something just because you can prove it. So it's It's like a gray area. It's not like a black or white. It's not like just because you're proven innocent or just because a court a case is determined as frivolous that you can just say, okay, then lawyer must be um, disbarred, or that there should be disciplinary measures imposed on the attorney, right? So it has to be. So you do have that you do have a certain level of
Leeway.
flexibility or space and room,
Mm.
just like the police do when pow-powing people.
Okay. Okay.
Pow pow pow, freeze.
Crazy, man. But I'll say this. The question will be, why did they file the dismissal? I think maybe they're gonna drop a statement later this week explaining, or maybe they won't. Is it lack of evidence? Is it pressure behind the scenes? Is it lack of research? I wonder whether Buzbee. I think Buzbee will have to adjust the way he assesses these cases he's taking in right now, because uh, having too many cases where this might happen due to the lack of evidence or contradicting stories. Yeah, it's not a good look. It's not gonna be a good look. Definitely, if you're gonna stand in front of a jury of peers.
I think they
Everyone,
made it worse. I think they made it worse by taking it to the public. That's what made it worse. I mean, if there's a case, there's a case. I think the fact that they started uh, uh, a Twitter war or a X war or an IG. I mean, that was what gained. That was what led to traction, right? A lot of people paying attention to this case. I don't know necessarily if there's something that needs to change, but Busby does like the attention. He does like press conferences. He does like stepping forward and talking and going at people. So, and it's also how you do it, right? There needs to be a certain level of decorum. So you can't say he's lying. Truth will, those type of things, like the truth will reveal itself. This unjust. No, it's just, if it's different. If you go forward and say, no, this is what my client is stating, we believe we have enough evidence. It's like it's to the point instead of going at Jay-Z and talking back. I mean, there's a you need to keep decorum, as you always say.
hey man, whatever happens, happens. We want to hear from you now. Do you think Jay-Z and Diddy were falsely accused, or is there more to the story? For those out there who still believe it, should there be a consequence for false allegations, or would that hurt real victims? And what does this mean for Diddy's other cases? Could this work in his favor? Drop your comments down below, because this discussion is far from over. We will be picking one of the best comments to feature in one of our future videos, so make sure you share your hottest take. RJ.
Yes, we will be selecting the best comments in a future show to get an honorable mention during the Thought of the Week segment. So if you have a hot take, let us know. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates here on the Double Thought Show. We discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. So if you have a hot take, please share it with us. Let's learn from each other. Let's laugh with each other. And let's keep the conversation going. Hey, with that being said, KR, what's next?
Yes. Next topic is going to be Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany was in a brawl, to say the least. And that story is wild. That was a wild story. She ran into a brawl between her boyfriend, her former boyfriend, or one of the workers, and Jedediah Brown. Jedediah Brown, an activist who's been running around in Dalton, and running around and doing crazy stuff. And that's what we're going to discuss today. But Tiffany Henyard is now calling out Dalton Trustees and claiming they paid activist Jedediah Brown to attack her and her family. She says this is all part of the corrupt political scheme to bring her down. And let's be there. Let's be real. This isn't the first time there has been Dalton drama around the Dalton leadership. Fair use. Of course, I need to play the audio. Would be handy.
I don't hear it.
The violence at the town meeting last week has been grossly misreported by pretty much all outlets as far as we can.
So lifting at a local board meeting outside of Chicago with the self-proclaimed super mayor Tiffany Henyard at the center.
The story has been about the mayor getting involved in what we'll call a brawl in town hall. But no one, from what I can see, has bothered to look carefully at what happened. The truth has been lost in the spectacle. And to begin with, the man who started the whole problem that night at town hall is certainly not some concerned citizen who's there to speak his mind. That's how he has been portrayed, but that is false. This man's name is Jedediah Brown. And Jedediah Brown is not just some random citizen who has an opinion. This is a person who's created a whole social media campaign for himself by essentially stalking the mayor.
Y'all today, this is your boy Jedediah Brown, your own location, reporting to you live at Thornton Township's meeting. I've kind of sort of been out already scouting the spot. Yeah.
So I'll be cutting off my camera. Kamal just arrived here and he won't smoke, so I'm definitely.
RJ.
Yeah,
Before I give you the word, so this is where we are, right? Is this another political stunt? Is this a clapback? Is this a hit piece on Jedediah Brown? You have the floor.
It's definitely trying to discredit him, to push the blame on him. I don't think Jedediah Brown, he didn't start it, but he was very, he was a spark. Let me put it, he was the spark.
Yeah.
But there were a couple of things that happened. You had Jedediah, you had the ex-boyfriend of Tiffany, and you had the boyfriend of Tiffany. And when Jedediah finished his soliloquy and called, instead of using a exclamation mark, he called her an itchbee. And then with the current boyfriend standing there like, what's up? And with the ex-boyfriend seeing the what's up and said, oh, what's up? The ex-boyfriend was there, also jumped in. I mean, it's a series of events that happened, that took place. And guys, of course, before we proceed, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our other socials, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification icon as well. But it's, there are a lot of things that happened, and everyone is saying Tiffany is over the, because what we're not talking about is, or I don't know if we're going to play more videos, but I want to hear the part where Tiffany said, thought it was a good idea to grab a mic and join the brawl. So that's, but so they're trying to discredit an activist, and activists are known to get in trouble with the police, to get in trouble with the system. That's what they do, right? That's just as part of it. But they're trying to discredit him in order to, in an attempt to safeguard Tiffany's reputation, or what's left of it. But yeah, KaiR, go ahead.
Yeah, so last week 2 weeks ago, we already basically chimed in a little bit on this topic, and We broke down who threw the first punch. If you don't guys want to check it out, go up. I think probably the link is down below or up. But it's clear that it wasn't Jedediah who started this. But like you said, it's a chain of events. And one thing we said as well, it's a very bad thing what he did by calling her that name. Because of course, what do you expect her boyfriend to do after you call her that word? He has to defend her, which is kind of a same thing. But hey, you gotta defend what's yours. I mean, it can end up these situations. I'm not gonna say in the streets. This usually ends up with someone stretched out.
Just
A
to
lot
be
of
clear,
times.
just to be clear, you said you need to defend what's yours, but who are you referring then to the boyfriend who stood up, or the boyfriend who stood up for Tiffany, his girlfriend, or are you talking about
I'm talking about his
um
territory.
Jedediah, the
Jedediah is
Jedediah
not
and
even from Dalton, by the way. So he's
oh,
just running
okay, well,
around.
the ex, I don't know who you're talking about, but are you talking about someone who's standing up for uh his boyfriend, his girlfriend, or someone that's standing up for democracy?
Someone who's standing up for his boy, her girlfriend, first of all.
His
Someone
girlfriend.
who's standing up for his job, because he was on the brink on getting fired. Well, he got fired after all, which is
They made it
he
easier.
made it easier. After that brawl, they fired him without pay. First it was with pay, was suspended with pay. Now he's out without pay. And by the way, she dropped this video in which we're gonna continue watching. She dropped it on her Facebook, and there are people that are supporting her for this, which is not. I mean,
Hey man, hey, there
some
are
people supported
always
this man as well, right? Let's be honest. Hey, some people are still supporting this man.
still, yeah,
Black
in
people.
prison, yeah, in prison.
Or in prison, black people. Some people on Twitter.
No,
Didn't
KaiR.
you
Oh
see?
my God.
Mr. West, wake up. Nah, just
Right.
kidding. But all jokes aside, let's continue. But RJ, didn't you see the tweets?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Oh, good thing you didn't see them. Mr. West was going crazy again.
I heard. I saw some. I saw some. I saw no. No. Ye was wilding this last week. Ye was wild. He was blazing, man. Every time you
I don't
think
know what's wrong with this guy, but one thing I'll
Ah,
know,
did it-
one thing I do know, RJ. I think the time where we covered Ye stories is beyond. We're beyond that. This is not.
I think we should try to get the. We have a Ye expert. We should try to, let's say if we can set up a meeting just to analyze, to get his thoughts, because curious to hear what he has to say about what's going on as well.
Let's see whether we can get that together. But let's continue watching Tiffany Henyard and her lawyer. And by the way, I don't know if that woman in blue is a real journalist. I do know that she is part of a movie set. A movie set. It seems like a movie set. Good lighting. RJ, let's be honest, the lighting looks good. And the lawyer is doing all the talking. And we don't see her face, so don't think it's she's an extra. Wonder how much she got paid. What, $50? Did she get paid? Because we know that Tiffany doesn't pay her bills usually. Okay, let's continue. Fair use. All right, it mutes it again. Yo.
Talking to the mayor when she's with her. Say that.
Good.
I don't say that lightly. He actually has been stalking the mayor when she's with her family in her private time. He has come to her home.
I'm not coming to you, bitch. You come to me.
People saying you went to her mama house. You went to her mama house. You didn't expect for her to respond? Absolutely expected for her to respond.
To create a spectacle. And when that happened, the mayor even went so far as to pursue a restraining order against him at the beginning of January. And this is the guy that came into town hall and had this interaction that led to the violence. At the meeting, when we really look at the video, if you take it frame by frame, what hasn't been reported but what is there, is that this guy Jedediah Brown didn't just come into the meeting. The man was armed.
First of all, let's take a talk about the fact that he went to her home with a bullhorn. RJ, before we go to the next part.
I think that's crossing the line. That's
Yeah,
crossing the
I
line.
think that as well.
You can't be going to people's homes. You can't be. You can't be going to at least. And I think they said that he went to his mama's house.
I've seen it's later on in this video as well. I think that's foul. I think
Yeah, you
that
can't be doing that.
there has to be you have to have a limit.
There's even
You shouldn't
decorum.
cross.
There's even decorum in activism, or at least
Yeah,
there should be.
yeah.
No.
I mean,
So
she's right on this part. The stalking stuff. Even if you disagree with her, you shouldn't be stalking, going to the mama's house.
yeah, it's
That's
stalking.
wild
It's
stuff. Hey,
it's
by the
intimate.
way, that people get popped for that in Florida.
Yeah.
Stand your ground. You're attacking me. You're trying to infringe on my property.
Yeah. You're infringing, but are they pulling the trigger because they're infringing their right to be safe from bodily harm?
Hey,
Or are they shooting
great.
3-pointers? Are they shooting 3-pointers?
Hey, Detroit is doing a great job. Yeah, let's
Detroit
continue.
is
Hey,
doing
hey,
an
hey, hey, hey.
amazing.
Let's stay focused.
I might be going to Toronto. I don't know, man. Let's see. Let's talk about it off air. But there's a chance that I'll be heading to Detroit this year or next year. But anyway, but yeah. So are they, or is it like, hey, I'm gonna pop up and show because you're infringing, or is it, oh, I'm gonna pop up and show because the opportunity presented itself and I was waiting to do it? You know, that's always the case.
It's a thin line.
A thin line. Yeah.
It's a thin line. Then they start calling this one. So they said something that we agree upon.
Yeah.
Look at this. What they're gonna say. Oh man, wait, I need to play it. And then unmute it.
Man drew that by frame. What hasn't been reported, but what is there, is that this guy Jedediah Brown didn't just come into the meeting. The man was armed with a knife. The man drew that knife, and the man swung that knife at Kamal Woods.
So they're claiming that he pulled on a poker.
That's crazy.
Do you know what's in his hand, RJ?
A telephone.
Let's see if I can go frame by frame, because this is on a Facebook, so I don't know if I can move no, I can't move it like that, so I need to move it like this. Let me see if I can find it real quick. The moment he walked towards it, RJ, towards the brawl, you see there is a microphone there, right?
Yeah.
He walks by it. The microphone is gone. Let me see if I can the frame. I don't think I can catch the frame right here.
But it's a mic.
It's a mic. Let me see if I can. The frames, I cannot catch the right frame. Let me see if I can find the frame, the exact frame. Don't think I can catch the frame, but anyway, it's the mic, man.
Yeah, but at the same time, when you're talking about a weapon, when you have it, it can be anything, right? So it's not, if you use something, if you use anything as,
Yes, I understand that. I
yeah,
understand
if
that.
you
But
if you
it's
use your
very
phone, if you use
disingenuous,
your
RJ. Let's be
glasses
honest.
to cause bodily harm, it's still be regarded, it's still
Yes,
a weapon.
but it's very disingenuous as if you're saying it's a poker versus a knife.
Hey,
Yeah, all
one for
these
one. Yeah.
one for one. Okay, you're right. You're right. Hey. And a microphone. I mean,
Yeah.
you're supposed to tell the truth, but not sway people with lies.
Yeah.
It's crazy. By the way, if it was a real poker, he's very bad at handling a poker. Because if you're swinging at someone and no one got injured with a poker, makes no sense. So there they are putting lies with truths, and now you gotta. I think you said it once, RJ, in law. If you lie about something, you basically are lying maybe about everything, something like that.
I don't know if I ever said it in law, in respects to law. What I did say is that half a lie is a whole truth. A half lie is a whole truth. That's what I always say. But I'm
Again, a half lie is a whole truth, or is it the other way around?
A half truth is a whole lie.
I thought you were trying to turn into a Tiffany Henyard.
No, that's what the pookies be
Supporter.
saying. That what the pookies be saying. A half lie is a whole truth, babe.
I was with Johnny. And them. I wasn't with Amanda.
No, but no, I mean, half truth is a whole lie.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what.
Let's continue. Then they turn around and throw the former boyfriend under the bus. Yo, this is crazy, bro. This is why sometimes people say don't. Let me see.
That's because Redman
Fired. That individual is a former employee of Dalton, fired for hiding his sex offender status.
That's because Redman is listed as a on the Illinois State Police Registry. He served
Way too late
24
on that.
years of a 50-year sentence for
way too
taking
late.
part of two young girls in the
way
Roseland
too
neighborhood
late.
in 1991. News reports at the time
On
say
time.
Redman was one of 4 young men who kidnapped the girls and took them to an abandoned garage where they were.
And these are the two people that attacked Kamal Woods. One of them
KaiR.
with a knife that somehow he.
I'll tell you that before we proceed. Go look at any other country, in any other county, any other township. This has to be the most Real Housewives political scandal that's taking place right now.
Yeah.
Ex-boyfriend said this, the current boyfriend said that. We're lying. So we have the ex-boyfriend, we have the current boyfriend, we have the stalker slash activist, we have the damsel in distress, or as Jedediah would call her, an itchbay. We have stalking. We have. I mean, this is crazy.
Told circus.
Yeah.
A zoo.
Zoo. Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it starts top down, right? So it's top down, KaiR.
Yeah.
Because you have an incompetent mayor. In this case, well, yeah, mayor there, right? Or is it in her position as township supervisor?
Yep.
No, no.
They continue to also show, which I'm not gonna show. They're showing some videos showing that he's I'm reading anyway. They're showing Jedediah's live stream when he was in 2017. He had a mental breakdown, and he was talking about self-deletion. So they added that as well into this. So I'm not gonna show it because he had a blicky in his hand and pointing the blicky at his head. So this is how low I think this is. I mean, I understand if and by the way, they're saying the Dalton trustees are behind this guy. I don't know. It seems like he's chasing the numbers because he has his own YouTube. It seems like it's a guy who's trying to get the viewers up, and he got caught up into. I don't think he was there to brawl. I think the confrontation, it's like a chain of events, right? The first he said the H-Bay, and then the boyfriend comes up. The other ex-boyfriend swings, and then he's pulled into that situation. Not saying that it's bad, but I mean the whole thing is a crazy. Like you said, I don't know, man. This is a crazy story. It's getting it every week. There seems to be a new low, and it's not. There is no end to it.
Yeah, there's no end to it. I think there's because there's something coming up as well, right? Is it in April or May?
Yeah, in April. In April there is this the new the mayoral.
No, I mean, yeah. So it's
yeah, the
only going to get
voting
more. Come again?
mayoral race. The Dalton mayoral race is
Yeah, so
April.
it's only going to get worse because the pressures is going to get more and more and more. So it's just we have like about 2 more months to go.
Well, then you
Of,
can. There's early voting as well possible, so it's already started.
yeah, so I'm not talking about the voting. I'm talking about the drama.
Oh yeah. It will
Due to the
continue.
pressure, due to all the controversy, we're gonna have like it's only gonna get more intense up to that date. So I think for the time being, this is we're not done yet. It's not over.
It's not the lowest we'll
over.
see.
What?
It's not the lowest we'll see.
It's not the lowest.
It's still gonna give you lower. I'm curious where we're heading, because it's crazy. It's crazy, and I mean, again,
Can you imagine Barack and Michelle Obama fighting like that? The Bushes, the Trumps, anyone. Can you imagine them in a position of politics just fighting?
That's why she's doing local politics, RJ. She can't handle that type of stuff.
I mean, come on.
Imagine, this is crazy. I do think a lot of times, RJ, have you ever noticed that mentally ill people attract more and mentally ill people?
I have.
This whole situation, I mean, I'm not saying that Jedediah is totally not there, but he recorded his own attempt, or at least he was talking about doing it. He didn't do it at the end. He seems to be unstable because, I mean, again, if you're gonna talk in a community meeting, calling people all types of crazy words, and then you're brawling, and it's just, you have Tiffany who's not all the way there. The light ain't shining up there. The chandelier is dim.
Yeah.
It's just attracting more mentally unstable people.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, Jedediah has to stay away from now. Yeah, I think he did what he could, but in order to not make her, because right now she's choosing to play the victim.
Mhm.
Now it's the trustees. It's a corruption. Not naming one sentence. I've watched the full video. Not one sentence about the accusations
Yeah.
from the financial stuff, the
Yeah,
financial
guilt-
research by
Yeah,
Lori.
guilty by association, basically. It's what she wants to, what she's claiming right now. So just like what we talked about previously in the Diddy case, where the lawyer was saying, hey, because the one case that involved Jay-Z in it seems to have been frivolous, we should reach the conclusion that all the other cases are frivolous, but each case is separate. So like same goes with the current situation that we're talking about. Just because, so what Tiffany is and her team is trying to do right now is, they have a black sheep. They will try to make that person as black, sheepish as possible, and then they just have to say, yeah, and they're friends. So the
Trustees of
the
supporting him.
trustees are buddies with him.
Yeah.
And so then it would be like guilty by association and painting them black. So it's no, it's not it. And I think it does work. It will work in some cases because not all people are sharp enough to get these nuances.
Last but not least,
And that's unfortunate, but that's the truth.
Residents of Dalton, as you can see, I have been attacked, stalked by individuals that have been hired by Trustee Kiana Belcher, Trustee Jason House, Trustee Tammy Brown, and Trustee Brittany Norwood. All hired these individuals to come into our town and create chaos. Individuals have so much hate for me that they are willing to do anything to put me, my daughter, my family in harm's way.
Hello. How you doing? I'm the advocate that's been challenging Mayor Henyard. I know you're her mom.
What happened?
You're Mayor Henyard's mother, right? Where's her mom available?
It's a hit piece, man. It's a hit piece, but it's both. I mean, Jedediah, there has to be at least one loose screw in your head for you to think that it's smart to go to someone's mama's place and record it yourself and then go home and post it. You publish it. So,
hey, on all sides, I'll say this.
Now y'all going too far, man. You going too far, man. God damn.
All of y'all going too far, claiming that someone hired this guy, him going to her mama's place. Dude, come on, man. Tiffany is out here. Her lawyer's out here talking about he had a poker in his hand. Come on, man. It's just, it doesn't stop. Anything else you want to add, RJ? Guys, he doesn't have anything to add. I want to know,
mental illness is real.
Like I said, everyone in this situation is not stable. And still, she hasn't responded to Lori Lightfoot's claims. This whole hit piece about them trying to attack her character. And still, she hasn't said anything about all the money that has been spent. And they're not handing any records. What a beautiful day. Not. Guys, we want to hear from you. We want your input. Do you believe Tiffany Henyard in this case, that she's being targeted and that the trustees are using Jedediah Brown to do that? Is Jedediah not stable? Is this just another detraction from all the controversies surrounding her? Or do you think Dalton's full leadership is beyond saving? Do we need to put them all into a container and ship them to Haiti? Guys, let us know what you think. Why Haiti? Because there we have barbecue ready to fry everyone. I'm just kidding. Guys, drop your comments down below. We need to hear from you what your thoughts are on this situation. It's crazy. It's crazy. She's out here creating hit pieces. And ending it with mental illness is real. Hey, guys, let us know what you think. We'll be picking some of the best comments to feature in our future video. RJ.
Yeah, this is like, you know, when you have a fight or when you're arguing with your woman and you're in the right, but then something happens and you raise your voice or you start yelling, and then the issue won't become the original issue. So now the problem will be that you yelled. You know, that's what's going on right now.
This is crazy.
She's saying, no, they're attacking me, my family, she's the victim in all of this. She could have stayed where she was. She decided to go and help and join the brawl. So, hey, but in any case, guys, as KaiR said, we will be highlighting the best comments. So if you have a hot take, do not hesitate to share it with us so it gets a mention. It gets a mention in a future show. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Here on the Double Thought Show, we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. So if you have if you enjoy this content, please share it, like it, engage with us, and yeah, let's keep the conversation going. KaiR, what's next?
Next is going to be the thought of the week. And browse right real quick to the thought of the week. Thought of the week is you paid for. By the way, this is a video we talked about Dank Demoss, the oversized plus size woman who couldn't fit, or according to the Lyft driver, couldn't fit in his car. She's doing now a press run. So we did a show about a clip around the internet segment about her last week. And people responded quite a lot to it. They said, you paid for extra food to get too big for a car. You can't afford a large Uber. Shout out to Prakek Zarzan. They're below
Knew you were going there. Hey, I wasn't reading the first one at all, man. I was reading the second one. R6 Dave 807. Come on, my guy. Come on, my guy.
Yo, he called him, my guy looks like a light-skinned Diddy. You're gonna need to shave that goatee. Yo, light-skinned Diddy. What the heck?
Oh, man. All good and fun, man.
Crazy.
All good and fun.
Oh, man.
Hey, I didn't even saw. I saw the. I didn't even see the. Well, I saw the first one. But then when I read goatee, I went to read it. The one below it, at R6 Dave 807. Come on, dude. My guy looks like a light skin.
Like the light-skinned Diddy. Oh my god.
Hey, thanks for your support. And I want to search one thing.
While you're searching, I want to say this, right?
Yeah.
There was the whole Dank Demoss story. We're gonna follow up on that story today as well around the internet, because she did the press run. So stay tuned. I mean the people. It seems like people all. I'm not gonna say unanimously, but they agree on the fact that. I mean, she might be too heavy. And the internet, around the internet, does maybe also agree on that fact. RJ, want to say something?
Yes, please. Final thoughts. If you look at the comment, can you share the comment again?
Of course I can. Let me go back down.
The first one. You paid for the extra food to get too big for a car. You can't afford the large Uber. Some might say she can't afford a large Uber, but she can afford Uber Eats. I think we're taking things too far, KR. We're taking things too far. Did you see her at the Breakfast Club? Anyway, maybe we'll talk about that later. But come on, man.
Let's go to around the internet. Let's go right
Okay,
away
okay,
to
okay.
around the
Yeah,
internet.
we'll
It's a
discuss
great
it later on.
transition. Dank Demoss continues press run, and it's looking crazy.
All right, cool.
I've seen her. We cannot show the video because it's usually they are very strict down there at the Breakfast Club. Yeah, that look crazy, guys. You can search it, and they recorded that on purpose, RJ. They continue recording it on purpose because it looked crazy.
Charlemagne
She
did
walks
his
up there.
best.
Yo, he kept his composure. I've never seen someone hold back like he did.
You need to watch it. You need to watch the. You need to watch the.
The intro?
No, not the intro. You know, Charlemagne has a show with Brilliant Idiots with Schultz.
Yeah.
You should watch that one.
You broke down as well there? You broke it down?
Yeah, but then they're a bit looser, right? So
Yeah. Of course. Now
on
it's
the
crazy.
Breakfast Club, they're too awake in order to make those type of jokes. But
They have become that because back in the days, I know the old Charlemagne. He would have lit that Christmas tree up. But let's take a look at some of the things we can show. Fair use.
It's like my mind don't know that I'm this big. My mind does not know that I'm this big. So I be feeling like I could do everything. So when I walk in the gym, I feel like I'm fit. Or like if I'm trying to do certain shit, I feel like I could do it. And then I be like, damn, I can't do this shit. But in my head, I'm like, damn, I could do that. So I'm gonna walk over there. Shit, I be going in the gym in front of all those people, 500 pounds in shorts, no shirt. Well, I have on a sports bra, but you know, my body right now is like my mind don't know that I'm this big.
Can you use that in a court as evidence that her mind think that she can fit in the car, but her body, my body is telling me yeah. RJ, let's continue because it's been crazy. Pictures are popping up. Fair use.
Bring the car to the courthouse. Bring the car. We don't need to hear no arguments. Bring the car. Every time I see this heifer, she is never fully in the car. And these is SUVs. Every time I see her, she is in an SUV and she is never fully in that bitch. Get your ass in the car, put your seatbelt on, and then we'll talk about it. Ain't no way this man then lost his job for this bullshit. Bring the car to the courthouse, get in it. Not halfway in it. Talk about I can fit in this car. Show me.
I get mad at me, but bitch, I don't care. She knew fuck well she couldn't get in that back seat. I can't stand when us big folks try to do skinny shit. You knew you needed a motherfucking Tahoe or Escalator or something. Bitch, how the fuck you trying to get in that little Civic and shit, little Honda Sonata, whatever the fuck it was? Listen, don't piss me off.
Bring the car to the courthouse.
Yeah, it's looking bad. By the way, I'm gonna close this part with this beautiful display because they are showing up with receipts. Fair use.
Ride is ready.
See me last time I went to cop me a Durango thanks to Al.
Woman, I am not a doctor. I cannot save you.
We got everything.
Is that a small car though?
Look at the lean. Yo, yo, this is crazy.
There's a dance, right? There's a dance when they do. The car is like that, man. It's like.
It's crazy. By the way, again, I didn't see her put any safety belts on, so I don't know how it's gonna work. You have to be able to strap yourself in.
I think she fits in the car. I think she fits in the car. I think.
Does the safety belt fit around her?
But if you don't try, so this is a thing, right? It would have been a different case if the dude said, "Okay, come and sit," and sit in the car, and the woman said tried and couldn't sit, but because he never let her get in the car, you know.
Damn.
I think that's it. But hey, man, I
There's
think
another one. There's
it
another
lifted
one.
his car. Look at that car, man.
Wait a second. There's more.
I don't know, y'all. I might just cut the rain. Like me, I want some shit that you can.
Wait a second. Let me mute that part. That car will tumble, man. That car will. I'm telling you, RJ. This man might be. Look at this. This is like a sedan.
I can fit in this car. Believe me, you can. Yes, I can.
This man was scared that when he turns a corner, he might be like the Dubai princess, like the cars that they are.
No one on the corner has swagger like us.
He's like this, trying to hold the car straight. No, man. Nah. This man lost his livelihood or whatever. Maybe it was just as extra money, but lose it over this BS, man.
Yeah, but I think you should have let him. I think she could have fit in the car. So, all jokes aside, she could fit in the car.
So fitting is one thing, RJ. Again, the safety belt, does it go all around her?
But we don't know, right? And that's the thing. He didn't try it. He just said no. And
then
you need to think of it like this as well. And maybe this is like more from a lawyer's perspective, but
obviously it's from a lawyer's perspective. I'm from the streets. We told her last week.
If Lyft accepts this, then other drivers will start doing it too. And then what you will get a form of discrimination against overweight people. And you want to prevent it, so you need to. I think it's logical. I think sometimes you need to do
show up.
What?
We need RFK to show up.
I'm done, man. I'm done. I don't have anything to add.
RFK, you're the only one who can stop this.
Yeah.
Where are you at? Get her to do some push-ups. Talking about push-ups. Someone will be putting some push-ups. Let's take a look. A man is trying to climb the fence of the White House. Look at him.
Dude. Is he stuck?
Yeah. Oh shit, the shooter's right there.
Oh yeah. Look at the dogs. What did we get here in the right spot? Tap of the motherfucker. Oh, you arrested now.
Oh my god.
Yo, that's not even how many seconds?
We're
1 minute.
Within 1 minute.
Hey guys, this area is gonna be closed. Start going either way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Actually, it was even before the 1 minute because let me see. Let me put this on mute. Here, they were already here. Look at them on the right side.
Yeah, and then if you look in the garden, you see at some point
Running, yeah. And probably the snipers were already ready
I
as
was
well.
about to say
The snipers
dude
are
is
ready.
luck.
They
Dude
saw
is a
they
dude.
saw they saw a clown trying to climb the fence, so that's why they didn't pull out.
Hey, KR. Like an unalive bird, man. Dude is lucky.
The
You know when you
dad,
spray
the dad as in dad, the father of an unalive bird.
you know when they spray when there's like I know like an insect and then you spray hey, they start trembling and then fall. They start
Crazy.
shaking. Dude, it's
crazy, man.
crazy, man.
People are trying to do everything for views. Probably some YouTuber that was trying off some mentally ill people. There's a lot of mentally ill people on
Why
YouTube.
would you try to climb? I mean, you must be
Clout
crazy, man.
for clout.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can make. People do crazy stuff for clout, RJ.
So the officers were most likely there, but I mean, yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
He's lucky that they didn't pop, like you said, pop him right on the fence right there.
Yeah, I mean, if
They
this was
see,
the Kremlin,
they probably saw the goofy he was. That's why they didn't pop him. They said
If this
this
was the-
guy's a goofy.
if this was the Kremlin,
They will put him on a shirt.
yeah.
Anyway, let's close it out with Gillie. Gillie
Like they
confirms.
said, like it's a scene in Once Upon a Time in the West when the guy said, I know those clothes. I'm gonna paraphrase it, of course. I know those clothes, those coats. And in those coats, and in those 3 coats, there were 3 men. And in those 3 men, there were 3 bullets.
Let's close out today. Yo, what the heck? Let's close out today's show. Talking about bullets. Gillie confirmed that JokerOTV was the leader of his son. Fair use.
I just read, I saw about the 17-year-old basketball player, straight A student. Am I wrong, Gillie? It used to be like the athletes, they got protected.
Right.
Nobody touched them. Hey, he good now. He gonna be what they're gonna be talking about the block. He from the block, he got out. They protected those guys. What happened?
That's who killed my son.
The 17?
Yeah. The 17-year-old basketball player that just got shot 17 times?
Yes.
That's who killed my son.
Really?
Yes.
What was that about?
Well, it wasn't for my son.
Your son happened to be there?
Yes.
Oh.
Them blocks is beefing. They going through it. My son just so happened to pull up out there 5 minutes. They come to shoot the block up. My son's not from that block. He don't, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just so happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
What the?
That's how deep it is.
Bro, he has the potential to get out.
Right.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah.
Great interview, by the way. Watch the full thing. Great interview.
Yeah. It was a great episode. I don't know about the views and so on, but the content, it was great. First and foremost, shout out to Gillie as well for his Eagles, because he was wilding. He was wilding for his Eagles. I saw him taking a nap on the field with confetti all over. So really happy for him. But yeah, we talked about this kid a couple of shows ago. I don't know if it was last week or the week prior to that.
I think 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Oh wow,
3 or
time
4 weeks
flies.
already.
So we talked about this, and we talked about him, the kid that is, being a straight A student, and everyone was saying, all the teachers were surprised that he gotten, and they were surprised that he was involved in the underworld. Let me put it like that. The dude was basically living a double life.
Yeah.
By day, he was an exemplar. He was the example of what a good student should be. He was also an athlete that played basketball. But then at night, he did those things, right? He unalived people. And you mentioned that one of the rumors were that he was the one involved. And now I guess Gillie is confirming that that's what was told to him as well.
By the cops, because the cops said that they were going to arrest him real soon for what he did. But
we talk about it, and I'm very adamant about this, KaiR. And I always say it, I'm going to repeat it again. Why is it so that in all culture, the best is the one that people will strive to be, right? The best doctors, the best attorneys, the best singers, the best. Everyone wants to be the best. But in the Black community, it's always the worst, the gangsters. And that's what Gillie was saying as well. That's what's being promoted as being cool. That's what's being promoted as being cool. That's what's being promoted as being hip. That's what's being promoted as being, popular. So
popular, yeah.
So you get people. That's why you got these women out there who are looking for a good man, but then that looks like a Tyrone, and then
Pookie
or Pookie, yeah, Pookie. And then you have those men out there who want a good woman, but are looking for the sexy reds. By the way, KaiR.
Tell me.
I saw a post. I don't know if you saw it, or maybe did you see the post, or did you send me the post about sexy red and Valentine's Day?
I don't know if I sent you, but I've seen it. Sometimes I avoid sending you some stuff because I'm like, come on, man.
Sexy Red said one of the, or at least the most romantic things someone has ever done for her was they basically ran up on, so the boyfriend or the guy ran up on a dude, told him to run it. And
actually, I don't even know if that's real.
I'm just saying
it
what
fits
she said.
within the persona she's trying to play.
I'm just saying what she said.
Yes, I do understand. But I mean, at some point,
the dude robbed the man and gave her everything, and that's the most.
It sounds like a great movie script. But I do, yes, I saw it. I was like, even if it's not true, RJ, if it's true, it's even worse. Even if it's not true, this is like a low point. If you're trying to portray, I mean, there's levels, right? There's levels where you have to. I mean, the like you said, it's the portrayal of Black people. It's and whether it's tether of or FBA, it doesn't matter. It's all, for some, it's all the same color.
Yeah.
Almost curse people out, but it's all the same color, so it doesn't matter. You could be FBA or tether, doesn't matter. It's all black for some, and this is like the most popular singer out there. I don't see no redneck singer being portrayed as the. Maybe they are out there, but they're not like the top most.
But there's a difference, yeah. But that's just a reason. There's a difference as well, right? There's a reason as well for that. Even if they do exist, there's a reason why we wouldn't know about these people. Whether you like it or not, I mean, hey, black people set the culture. They set the tone of what's cool and what's not.
Yeah.
And so that's the reason why we know of Sexy Red, but maybe there's a something an equivalent to that.
By the
in
way, it's
rap
not
map
black
community.
people who said it. It's the at this point, it's the music labels who said it,
Who said who do what?
who promote it.
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
It's
So
not black.
at
You
the
said
music,
black people are used as a.
yes,
That I do
yes,
agree with you on that.
they use black people, and the and what we know as well that most of the major, if not all of the major labels are not black owned. So do they really want your best interest? But KaiR, does it matter? Does it matter?
You have to have some certain level of accountability yourself, right?
Yeah.
I
People are
mean,
still gonna
you
talk
can always
about
point at others that they are exploiting you, but guess what? If they are exploiting you, are you giving them the chance to exploit you just so you can get some dollars in your pocket?
yeah, but I think that I don't know. Hey, to each their own, man. To each their own.
But yeah, it's a sad thing with the JokerOTV stuff because I do agree with you on that. This guy was probably very talented. Could have went to at least, at minimum, maybe a college, gotten out of the ghetto. But people are out here playing with their own lives at the end of the day, and I think that's also a great thing that Gillie said. It's your own life. You only got one. And he told his son like this. He told his son, you got to be honest towards people. That's the problem with a lot of this situation. These situations, people are not honest towards these kids who are rapping about deleting people and actually deleting people. No one is actually making them accountable for what they do. They are just giving patting their back. It's okay. You're free to express yourself. They're all levels. Because right now, a lot of these kids think the only way you can make it in rap if you actually did it. Well, if you look at the situation in reality, most of the rappers who are big never did it. And if they did it, they are probably on the ground right now or locked up. So you're giving up short term, you're giving up long-term gains for short-term blow-ups. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are very talented that either are below the ground or locked up over these kind of things. So hey, wish you all good luck, man, because some of you luck you will need. I hope some of these kids get out of the ghetto, and for those who don't, and they are a lot of them because the parents are not raising them right, they're growing up in a destructive culture. Hey, this is what it is, man. So your own life, don't forget that. RJ, anything else to say?
No, nothing else to say. KaiR, I think we covered everything. We can close the show. So with that being said, thank you guys for sticking with us until the end. Whatever your thoughts are, please let it known and let it be known in the comment section below. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our other socials, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon. Thank you for your support, and we'll see each other in the next one. Until next time.
Peace.
What does it say? The Detroit Pistons are sitting at number 6 in the Eastern Conference standings with a record of 29 and 26. 29 wins and 26 losses. This is the first. Oh, this is the first time since 2009 that they've had a record above 500 going into the All-Star break. Hey, man, a win is a win.
W's in the shot.
That's fire in the booth, my guy. That's fire in the booth, my guy.
Yo, how can you be a bum for this long? This is crazy.
Shout out to the Pistons, man.
Hey, shout out to everyone. See you on Thursday. Peace.